Today on People Now, all the latest updates on Kanye West's controversial comments and his new confessions about taking medication.
Mariah Carey speaks out about the support she's received in the wake of her bipolar disorder revelation and how she keeps her kids grounded.
Joanna Gaines takes us inside the moment she found out she was pregnant.
Kate Hudson opens up about how her third pregnancy is different.
Riverdale star Casey Cott and his brother Cory Cott from Broadway's Bandstand are both here live answering your burning questions.
Plus, Roxy Diaz from People's new show Chatter is here, giving her hot takes and all of today's headlines.
It is all live today on People Now. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hump Day!
I hate Hump Day.
I hate it. Welcome to People Now. This week's cover of People features one of our personal favorites, Joanna Gaines. We can't get enough of them around here. She opens up about pregnancy, baby number 5, and most importantly, she's sharing one of her favorite family recipes. Of all things, her homemade biscuits, guys.
Yum, yeah. This week's issue will feature the prized biscuit recipe that took her a year to get just right.
It sounds amazing, by the way.
They must be good.
Yeah.
So to celebrate the Magnolia mogul sharing the technique for her tasty treats, we want to know, what recipe are you most proud of? Let us know. Tweet us at People with the hashtag PeopleNow, or send us
The recipe.
Not the recipe, send us the actual food.
Or the food. I've got like 2 recipes, so it's not much to share. But anyway, we'll talk about that more later. But first, on to this. Kim Kardashian is standing by her husband Kanye West, but is still concerned about his recent outbursts. A source telling People that the reality star is doing her best to protect West since he made controversial remarks on Twitter and in new interviews over the past week. The insider saying, quote, Kanye is the most amazing person when he's not acting like this, but when he gets manic, it's really hard for everyone around him. Going on to say, Kim is absolutely worried about him right now, but she will defend him publicly to the end. She's a very loyal wife, and her tweets and everything that she's been saying are definitely very calculated to help Kanye. Kardashian West defended her husband in a series of tweets of her own, arguing that reports labeling him as having mental health issues for just being himself when he's always been expressive are not fair. The mom of 3 also appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show this week, where she brushed off her husband's surprise return to social media. A source previously told People that despite West's tweet storm, for the rest of the family, things are going on normally. A second source also confirmed that nobody, including his wife, has altered their work schedules at all. And you can go to people.com for more on the story about Kanye West revealing that he's undergone liposuction and is on medication following a mental breakdown. That, again, on people.com. On to this now. Louise Turpin's sister, Elizabeth Flores, opens up in this week's issue of People, sharing what she knows about the Turpins' troubled past less than 4 months after David and Louise were arrested for allegedly torturing and abusing 12 of their 13 children at their California home. Now, for most of their childhood, Flores says that her older sister, Louise, was a good student who was loving, soft-spoken, and sweet, but things changed when a then 15-year-old Louise met David, who was 22, at church, and the two began dating. They ran away together once, and after insisting that they would just do it again, Elizabeth and Louise's parents gave written permission for Louise to marry him. Now, soon afterward, they started their family, and Louise began pulling away from her parents and her sisters. She started practicing witchcraft and attending snake charming festivals, even telling her sister that eating snakes gave her a feeling of power. Wow. But in January 2018, when it was reported that police had charged David and Louise Turpin with multiple counts of torture, child abuse, abuse of a dependent adult, and false imprisonment, Flores says that she struggled to comprehend the headlines. She said, quote, I was in shock, pure shock. My whole world fell apart. Now, about this transformation, Flores remembers, quote, Louise had been my protector. This is not the same Louise that I knew, that I loved. Flores has firsthand experience with the Turpin household. She lived with David, Louise, and several of their young children during a summer break when she was 20 years old. She remembers feeling puzzled by some of her sister's rules. The kids had to ask for permission to use the bathroom, for example, and weren't allowed to talk to Flores if their mother wasn't around or even play with Flores. Flores says that she was also not allowed to have friends while living with her sister. She explained, quote, Louise was a very private person. She didn't want me to have friends while I lived there because she didn't allow her kids to have friends. And she says that she just thought that they were very strict parents. Flores says that she didn't notice any obvious signs of abuse, but in retrospect, she says, quote, they obviously had something to hide. And guys, for more on this story, you can pick up a copy of this week's issue of People on newsstands Friday, and you can check out Elizabeth Flores' book, Sisters of Secrets, when it hits stores on May 8th. Well, Mariah Carey is moving forward after revealing her battle with bipolar disorder exclusively to People magazine in April. The singer says the outpouring of support that she received since sharing her story has been really nice, and that she's happy as long as she doesn't have to stop being herself. Well, now Mariah is making big moves this year. She's currently in the middle of writing and recording a new album that she says she's, quote, pouring her heart into. And on top of that, Mariah recently announced a new residency called The Butterfly Returns, which will kick off July 5th and run until September at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. But this new residency, she says, will be more intimate. The first residency was filled with her #1 hits, but this time around, Mariah says, quote, "It feels closer to who I am as opposed to trying to fit into a box. My fans are used to me being off the cuff." And she says that her twins, Moroccan and Moreau, will be joining her in Vegas. Audience members who attend her shows may even see some guest appearances from the 7-year-olds. She says that they especially love to sing her classic tune, Always Be My Baby, and who can blame them? And I would love to hear them singing along with Mom. Mariah revealed what she's loving most about motherhood at the moment is seeing her children evolve. She says they're learning to do things and think for themselves. For instance, when it comes to chores, Mariah jokes that Moroccan has a list of all the tasks that he's done and demands money for a hard day's work. That's a smart kid, and it looks like things obviously are going great for Mariah, and we're happy to hear about that. Chip and Joanna Gaines, they cannot contain their excitement for baby #5. In this week's exclusive People cover story, the matriarch of the Fixer Upper fam is opening up about how she and Chip are preparing for their baby boy and how she found out that she was expecting. In the interview, which is out Friday, 39-year-old Gaines revealed that she knew something was up, telling People she was feeling a little emotional and crazy, realized that she had felt that way before, and after a quick run to the drugstore, the pregnancy was confirmed. Joanna saying that when she saw the results of the test, her jaw just dropped. She ran outside to stop Chip from leaving to tell him the news. The Magnolia entrepreneur says that the new baby couldn't come at a better time, especially after wrapping up their final season of the hit show Fixer Upper. She tells People, quote, "When we were done, we had no plan, like, let's have a baby #5. It was a total surprise. But when we found out, it was solidified that it was the right decision to leave when we did." Guys, stick around because we're revealing all the pregnancy food that Joanna Gaines has been craving. Waiting to hear about some of this.
Exciting.
But first, Andrea, more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, we are kicking off Star Treks with one expectant mama who can't wait for baby #3. Kate Hudson is more than ready to meet her little girl, but the 39-year-old mom, who already has 2 boys, says pregnancy is a little different this time around, explaining, "They say girls make you sicker, and for me, that has been the truth." The Fabletics founder, whose new collection, Girl Almighty, will be available May 8th, also says her workouts have changed now that she's expecting, adding, "My nature is to push myself, but right now, she's letting me know to take it easy. So I'm doing a lot of walking and some prenatal yoga. And a little girl will be a nice dose of cuteness for the growing family." Kate revealing she's most excited to balance out the masculine and feminine in the house. We are very happy for her. Speaking of adorable girls, watch this.
So Derek and I were rehearsing, and she wanted to be the judge. So we literally gave her a piece of paper, and we did our performances, and she was like, 6. You got a 6, but I got an 8. I was like, I'm still winning. But she was a tough judge.
She was.
Like, I don't think so.
She was pretty strict. I was like, excuse me?
That is, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Jenna Dewan's daughter is one tough critic. The World of Dance host stopped by the Ellen DeGeneres show with co-stars J-Lo, Neo, and Derek Huff. But before introducing the group, Ellen accidentally called Jenna by her old last name, leading to a swift apology from the talk show host.
Please welcome Jenna Dewan Tatum, Jenna Dewan, sorry. I have to say before we go to break, I'm so sorry I introduced you, and it was just such a habit, and I have to say the way that you and Channing are handling everything is beautiful, and for your daughter, and the statements have been great.
Thank
and
you.
I apologize that I just have known both of you for so long, and I'm so used to saying.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
And honestly, thank you and everybody for all the love and the support. I mean, it's truly, like, it's so moving, so thank you.
Well, we do support you.
It's all love.
Well, the dancer and actress changed her social media name from Jenna Dewan Tatum back to Jenna Dewan just 3 weeks after their separation announcement. A source previously told People the pair had been, quote, growing apart over the past year, adding they really wanted to make their marriage work, but neither of them are people who will stay in something that isn't fully right. Both Jenna and Channing have remained friendly since the split. Another source explaining Jenna is still on good terms with Channing. They get along, they spend some quality time together as a family, but mostly separately with Everly. We're very glad that they're in a good place and working towards that. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, Chip and Joanna Gaines may not be fixing up new homes on HGTV anymore, but they are gearing up for baby number 5.
But with 4 other children, ages 8 to 13, are they ready to return to diaper duty?
In this week's exclusive People cover story, Joanna Gaines reveals that she and Chip plan on splitting up the dirty job.
Yeah, but Chip is strictly in charge of swaddling and has been for all of their kids.
Yeah, Gaines telling People that he's always been able to rock their babies to sleep. It's a skill.
Yeah,
It's a bad thing.
the Shiplap-loving mom also revealed her pretty intense pregnancy cravings.
Here he goes. She's loving fast food, candy, Fruity Pebbles, but clarifies that she'll eat just about any cereal with too much sugar. By the way, Fruity Pebbles is top of my list too.
Yeah, but with 4 children, one on the way, and countless projects like Magnolia Magazine and a new cookbook, is there any way more children could still be in the future?
It seems like it's a maybe, actually, guys. Gaines tells People that she and Chip are leaving that option open, saying, quote, I joke with my friends that I'm going to be that 45-year-old who's pregnant.
Yeah,
So
she goes on to say, Chip is such a kid at heart, and we both love a big family. I'm open to whatever. I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah, for the entire Joanna Gaines interview, you can pick up your copy of People. It is out on Friday. And stay with us, guys. We're continuing our countdown to Harry and Meghan's royal wedding, and People TV's chatter host Roxy Diaz is going to be helping us break it all down. Plus, Riverdale's Casey Cott and Bandstand's Cory are joining us live. They are answering your fan questions. We can't wait for that. Stick around.
All right, guys, we have a very special guest today. Please welcome Roxy Diaz.
Here we go! Woo! Roxy!
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Walking in,
I
just
know.
like they do on your show. Roxy is the host of Chatter. It's People TV's new Twitter series that airs daily, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Roxy has a new guest host every day, and they interview today's buzziest stars.
Yeah, we've been watching.
Thank
guys,
you.
They chat all about entertainment headlines that matter the most and let viewers get in on the action by driving the conversation with their tweets.
Yeah, so Roxy, since you're here, we want to give, the Chatter treatment a little bit to some of our headlines. Are you going to help us out with this?
Okay, I can.
Happy to help? All
I
right.
can try.
We'll do that in a
so
minute.
first we're gonna catch it or check you in on the question of the day.
Okay.
Yes. Woo! In honor of Joanna Gaines sharing her biscuit recipe with us, we want to know what recipe are you most proud of?
Oh my goodness, I have to bring it to my New Orleans roots. I am most proud of my seafood gumbo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I throw down in the kitchen. I don't cook. I throw
You
down.
throw down on the gumbo specifically.
Yes, specifically in the gumbo. I would share that recipe. I've tried, but it's a skill. You have to really.
Because
know
it's
how
kind of like
to
you're feeling it as it goes, right?
It's the roux. It's all about the roux. And if you mess that up, you mess the whole pot up and you have to start over again.
I'm going to say that I think biscuits are probably easier.
You
Yeah.
sound like an actual cook. I feel like we don't.
No, I do like
that.
eggs with a little garlic, and I think that's a
My
skill.
best
Yeah.
recipe is like an oatmeal recipe.
No.
It's baked oatmeal.
Here's some of what you guys are saying. Ashley on Twitter says, I'm most proud of perfecting my chicken noodle soup recipe. Took a lot of trial and error, but now I always have the perfect cup of soup for those chilly days. That's important.
perfect. That's
Yeah,
really
also trending on Twitter today is the hilarious hashtag 90s answering machine messages.
Love this.
So, Roxy, thinking back now, what was your best answering machine recording?
I didn't have a great answering machine recording. I had a tradition of running home first and erasing the answering machine
Okay.
before my mom got to it.
To hear what was going on.
So yeah, I can't remember a good one, honestly.
We saw some of the tweets there, which are so great. So they're all themed with like 90s theme songs and everything. Tell me what you want, really, really want at the beep. You can't handle the message. All right, but this caught on, by the way.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it did. Anyway, we'll keep the answers coming in. We will check in with you again soon, but first we move on to this.
Yes, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's fairy tale wedding is almost here. The menu is set, the rehearsals are underway, and the trumpets are polished for the royal event of the year.
So, how's the groom feeling as the anticipation mounts?
Yeah, apparently there are no cold feet here. According to a friend, Prince Harry is, quote, exceptionally happy, extremely excited about the upcoming day.
I'm not really surprised
Yeah.
to hear that. He's not the only one who's excited. In this week's issue, People also spoke to one of the household cavalry members who will perform a royal salute on the steps of St. George's Chapel when Harry and Meghan emerge as husband and wife.
Yeah, Captain Thomas Mountain says he has been rehearsing the salute, which requires a series of sword movements.
It's very complicated. He plans to get up at 5 a.m. that day to prepare for the big role. And here's a quote: "The sense of drama is building. It's palpable. It's going to be immense and phenomenal." Now imagine that with a British accent.
All right, so let's chat about this. Roxy, why do you think everyone is so fascinated with this upcoming wedding?
It's the royals at the end of the day. We've been infatuated with the kids ever since they were kids. I say kids and they're grown.
They're grown.
now.
They're grown and
I
getting
can't
married,
believe
yeah.
that they're getting married, but you just can't help not to like love a love story like this.
It's the modern day fairy tale. It's like fun to project all of that onto it, right?
And it is kind of giving us a little bit of a throwback Diana days, like
Sure.
she was a Hollywood movie star and just it's just fun.
What part of the wedding experience are you most excited about?
The dress.
The dress, of course. Every single star that comes in here says the same thing.
The dress. I mean, there's rumors that it might be your wing. You just never know who it's gonna be. So.
If you had to pick the style of the dress, what do you think she's gonna wear on the big day?
Oh my goodness, I think it's gonna be a classic. It's gonna be a classic. Lots of lace, a little bit of sheer. I think she would cover her arms in lace, but still play on like the see-through kind of tube top-ish look. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I was
it makes
thinking,
sense in my
I was
head.
thinking like long sleeves, maybe lacy, and maybe a low back. That was kind of my prediction.
Ooh. Well, we'll see, guys. I just can't
What's
wait.
your prediction?
I know this long silk veil, of course. If you guys can't wait till May 19th for your royal wedding fix, who can wait, honestly? Here's a way to pass the time. The Story of Diana. It's a documentary from People that captures the glamour, the drama, the tragedy, and the legacy of Diana, the Princess of Wales. That DVD will be available at Walmart starting May 8th. You can check that out.
Yeah, so Roxy, before we let you go, we want to get to know you better. Because we are an entertainment show, we also want to learn more about your pop culture preferences.
Here we
Put
go.
together a little rapid fire Q&A.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What would be your Real Housewives tagline?
Oh God. Anything that Nene says.
That's a good answer, actually. That's
Anything
great.
that Nene says.
We'll search
Yeah.
for some of her quotes later and apply them to your picture. Favorite guilty pleasure TV show? What are you binging or what do you love to watch?
Walking Dead and
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead. Those are my favorites.
Now, if anyone goes to Roxy's Instagram, like we see you posting some seriously impressive workout videos all the time. You're like squat queen,
Yeah.
lunge queen.
There she is. Look at that.
Number
Shout out to
one-
my trainer Mario.
What's your number one favorite move in the gym?
Anything that has to do with your buns. I
Okay.
am a squat queen. I will squat.
I just use your videos to dictate my workout every day.
You
by the way.
should.
Keep going.
They're good for
You're
your
not
eyes.
working,
No, that's- maybe whatever. We also see you post some serious fashion goals, which is obviously what I hone in on the most. What's your favorite way to take an outfit to the next level? You really do, honestly. You kill it. You do
I have
such a good
fun.
job.
I
Look at that.
I have a great style team. They put me together. Honestly, they're the ones that give me the accessories. I think it's always about accessorizing and hair and makeup and having fun with it. Like Coachella, I
Look at
did
that.
box braids.
That was
That's
perfect.
amazing.
Perfect
Never done
Coachella
it
look.
And you've been doing this for a while. Favorite guest you've ever interviewed? It's got to be hard.
President Obama.
No, you know, not a big
Drop the
deal.
mic.
That mic.
Madonna.
Biggest on-camera blooper moment.
Oh my gosh, it was with Leonardo DiCaprio. You know how you have the boom mics
Right above your head, yeah.
and I went up to say hi to him, and the boom mics fell over, and
You
I'm
knocked
just
them
like,
over. Oh, Leo.
I'll
So
never
let's do
let
this
go.
again. Yeah. I'll never let go.
it was bad.
Love that.
Favorite recent pop culture headline? There have been a lot of interesting ones lately.
Oh, Kanye,
Yeah.
Ultimate celebrity crush. Here's the real one.
Lenny Kravitz.
Okay.
You listening, Lenny?
Oh, he knows.
He knows.
He
doesn't know.
knows.
He's
Okay.
aware.
He knows. He's aware.
You were also the host of the VH1 reality show Dating Naked in
Yeah.
2016. What's your most embarrassing, most OMG date moment? Do you have one?
OMG date moment. I think the worst date moment was a guy tried to like cook for me and he made rice. That's not the easiest thing to do, you know, and it was raw rice. But OMG date moment, never
You know what?
really good.
Are you are you dating right now? Are you in the apps or
I'm
anything?
single. Oh no, I can't do that. Those are scary. I'm scared to be catfish and all of a sudden it's really not Jeremy Pivens on the other side.
Yeah, no.
Heaven forbid.
Look, Dating Naked, though, I would imagine the outtakes from that show are unbelievable. Like, what's the biggest secret about that show that maybe we would love to know? Is there something?
They have to put sunblock everywhere.
Oh.
Especially the guys.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of weird to tell the guys, hey, you might want to cover that one up too.
Because you're not used to that.
cover
right?
it all
Obviously,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think that would just take one warning or one bad experience and the dudes would be on top of that.
I have to say the most creative thing about the Dating Naked show is the prop department putting and placing flowers in specific
Exact
places
spot for the shot.
to cover and
Yeah.
help the blurring of stuff later on.
Okay, last one. Favorite aspect of Chatter you can't wait for viewers to experience.
Oh my gosh, it's just being a part of the show. The show is Chatter. We're chattering on Twitter live and you get to be a part of it. I can't wait for the day that we start getting people live on the show, dialing in and everything like that. But it's all Twitter, so you get to chime in. We're reading your tweets live on air and it's a lot of fun.
We've been watching it and we've been loving it. You've been doing a great job.
Thank
you
you.
so much for joining us here. Welcome to the People family.
Thank you for
Here we
having
all
me.
are.
It's good to work with you guys.
Yeah, right? Catch all new episodes of Chatter every day, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Twitter.
You'll never guess who's here. Do you remember that weirdo, Lowell Shapiro? He lived across the street from me in high school. You know, he used to bring the tuna cans for lunch and just like drink the tuna water and
Hi,
eat
there you
the
are.
actual.
Hey, how you doing?
Billy, you remember Lowell?
It's not ringing a bell.
Little awkward and funny. And Adam Pally, he is a funny man. He stars in the new movie Most Likely to Murder. It's a home for the holidays murder mystery comedy. That's a thing, and it is hilarious. Pally co-stars with crazy ex-girlfriend actress Rachel Bloom, but it wasn't the first time that the two had met. In fact, they've actually been friends for over 15 years. Watch this.
I've known Rachel since she was like 18 years old, and she fell in love with my best friend Dan, who's also the director of the movie. So she lived on my couch with Dan for a while.
I love the integration of all this. Yeah.
So being able to see someone who, like, as soon as I met Rachel, and you can be with Rachel for 1 second, you're like, you're so talented. It's not surprising. So it's actually just really nice to be able to see someone that you've known since they were a kid now be a powerhouse in Hollywood. And she's another one, like, she can do whatever she wants. She's sing, dance, direct, write, act, like whatever she wants. She's amazing at all of it. So it was awesome to kind of be in that world for a little bit.
Kara.
Wow, she's seeing us.
Kara!
And just, you know, her and Dan are kind of like, they're family. So it was nice to be amongst family.
All right, they're fighting Black Hoods on Riverdale, gracing the Great White Way, and yes, they are related. Let's give a big welcome to the Cott brothers, Casey and Cory. Hi, guys.
Woo!
Thanks for joining us.
Good to see
This is
you
your
guys.
first interview that you've done together.
Our interview debut.
First time
Wow.
ever. And so thank you for saving it for us.
Absolutely.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've been waiting for the call.
I know.
Yeah, right?
GMA called no.
No, that's right. Absolutely.
We appreciate
So
it.
congratulations on everything that you guys are doing. I mean, let's just break down. Casey, you're starring in Riverdale, little show, trying to get off the ground.
that?
Cory, Broadway performance in Bandstand will be arriving in theaters nationwide. There's a lot to talk about there. But how are you two feeling right now in terms of your career? Here you are together. To imagine this moment a few years ago must have been something that maybe you wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was weird. I went off to college and started studying acting, and then Casey got into it. So we've never really, we did one show together in high school, I think.
Yeah,
But
my very first musical ever.
Yeah.
I was dancing Cowboy number like 7.
yeah,
Way down the
And he
list.
was the lead.
I was
so-
early in Oklahoma, and that
don't
was our
count
only
that.
show we did. And then the next time we sang together, technically, was last week. So that was 10 years ago.
Wow, that's
So
incredible.
So we're it's kind of the first time where we've been off together and enjoying being actors in the business and trying to take advantage of that.
What did it feel like singing together?
Oh, it was amazing. It was fun. Well, it was the first time I've ever sang in a Broadway theater, so I was geeking
Right.
out already. And then
Yeah, composer Stephen Schwartz, who wrote Wicked and Godspell and Pippin, we had a big birthday celebration for him, and they asked us to sing a duet together, so we naturally sang a duet from Wicked, which was our first Broadway show we ever saw.
he was Glinda and I was Alphabet.
Oh, yeah?
There's always like a full circle moment.
Yeah, isn't that pretty crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stephen Schwartz also went to Carnegie Mellon, where we both went to school.
Okay, yeah. So the links
close.
are
All
circled.
these links.
Yeah.
Let's talk Bandstand. It's a great show. It's going to live beyond the stage now. Now, Lily on Twitter wants to know, how do you feel about your son Elliot being able to see Bandstand one day?
Oh, that's so, yeah. So they announced, I don't know much more about it than it's going to be in theaters this summer. And I'm just glad that there's an archive of it. You know, we loved doing the show on Broadway 8 times a week for 6 months. And a lot of times shows just go away and never exist after their live performance, their run, and now it'll be archived and done shot in a really beautiful, amazing way. And my
His
son
son's
will
birthday was yesterday.
My son's birthday was yesterday.
Now
Yeah, he's
one.
Birthday.
So yeah, he'll get to watch it someday. It's pretty crazy that he's going to get to see it. I mean, he was born 3 days before opening night.
It's like his whole existence.
Yeah.
It's all wrapped up in that experience for you. So it's
that he'll never
yeah.
remember, but
But now,
I can
Now
watch
we
it.
will.
Yeah.
His birthday will always be thought of as a bandstand thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really cool.
So Casey, look, a lot of fans, of course, weighing in on Riverdale and stuff. Before we get to that, you mentioned a little bit Oklahoma, the musical, the whole thing, and how you got into it. Tell me if this is true, that your mom wanted you to do it, paid you $50 to do it, something like that. Is this true?
100% true.
Yeah?
This story.
Where did the $50 go? Did she follow through?
It probably went to like McDoubles on the dollar menu, McDonald's, and
Yeah.
Chagrin Cinema movie tickets, our high school's
Okay, yeah. That was the thing.
Pounds movie theater.
Tombstone pizzas.
Tombstone
Probably
pizzas.
something food related.
But you can thank mom
Yes,
for the mom is to
snacks.
thank for the whole thing of pushing
Thank
you
you,
over
Mom.
the-
Thank you, Mom. Yes. Yeah. And I mean him too, because he was already into it. So
Right.
she was like, go perform with your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Our parents were
50
very good
bucks
at
a-
pushing us to be well-rounded, and which was a good thing. We
Yeah.
played sports and we did
everything.
theater, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it was just another element of them trying to be like, hey, go experience this thing you haven't done.
And I was kind of this like young, shaggy, like Justin Bieber, swoopy haired guy, just, like
Before it started,
flunking
before you
around,
put
who
it
didn't
up,
know what
yeah.
he was, you know, weird in high school.
I think everyone,
And
I think
found my thing.
most guys went through that phase.
For sure. Yeah. Tragic.
In all seriousness, though, okay, so Riverdale obviously super successful. The fan base is so rabid. What's your craziest fan experience that you've had? I mean, do you get recognized all the time?
Yeah, I think the craziest was a few of us went to Paris recently, and it was just crazy being in another continent and seeing how big the show is there. We had people like sleeping outside of our hotel, which was
Oh my
crazy,
gosh.
trying to get photos and stuff.
That's nuts.
And a couple of the parents were there. We had the parents and the kids. That's what even though we're all adults. But Skeet was like, Skeet Ulrich, who plays
Yeah,
Effie,
we've had him on.
was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you think
global
this is
thing.
crazy, then
Then
I think
I
this
think
is
it's crazy,
because
right.
you've done everything.
Scream. I mean,
Yeah, that's
that guy
all I
brings
think
crazy
about too
to it.
is Scream. I
Yeah.
love that
He's
guy.
such a good dude.
Corey, by the way, you and I have been out before, and you've been recognized. It happens to both of you all the
Has
time.
that happened with us?
It sure has. Is it weird for you to see your brother and having these like young, like all these teenagers like coming up and like, oh my gosh, right?
Is it
Like
weird? Yeah, I guess it's a little weird because I
It's a
think of him
younger
as like my
audience, right?
goofy
Like,
little
it's-
brother, but
yeah.
like, you know, that's how it goes. You get on a hit show and it's immediate, especially today with everything that's so fast, social media, you have immediate access to people, and you can post something that like I'm at this restaurant in New York, and anyone around can immediately go, oh, well, he's there, we can go there. You know?
Last year, the cast was in town for upfronts, and we all went to see Bandstand.
That
We
was
all had dinner before, and the word got out, and that was bonkers walking from like 48th to 44th or whatever.
I'm pretty sure people came to our theater to see the Riverdale cast.
Yeah.
And that
crazy.
Which is
particular night,
awesome.
they
But
do it
it's
together.
like,
The
come see
stage door
Bandstand
was
next time.
lit that night. It was insane.
Yeah.
Are you a Riverdale watcher, I'm assuming?
Yeah. I'm a little. I'm not fully caught up right now. But
Okay.
Yeah, I have a few more episodes.
No spoilers.
Corey, we wanted to bring this whole thing up. Let's not forget some big fans of yours. Lin-Manuel Miranda tweeted this photo, calling you a superstar.
Oh,
I
man.
geeked out
He's a
when that
Tony
happened.
winner. He's done a
yeah.
few things. What does it mean to have someone like him in your corner as a Broadway leading man?
That was definitely one of the coolest moments in terms of somebody. You know, you get when you're in a Broadway show, you get to people come like that. Celebrities come and watch you, and the cool thing about that versus a TV show is you get to see them right afterwards. And Lin is a theater person to the core. Like that's where he's born and bred. So the fact that he was. Our director and choreographer, Andy Blankenbuehler, choreographed Hamilton, won a Tony for Hamilton, so they're very, very close, very
And then he
good
won a Tony
friends.
for your show.
And then he won a Tony for Bandstand as well for choreography. And so for him to come and support his colleague, and then also to be so effusive and so celebrated our show all over Twitter. It was
incredible.
It was
I
like the
geeked
most
out.
flat.
Yeah, I'm sure you're like,
I was like, Corey.
I actually
retweet.
I totally I screenshot. He did like this whole like 13 tweet thing. I screenshotted every one of them, and I'll still sometimes when I'm having a bad day go back and look at those and be like, oh, Lin thinks I'm all right. Okay, cool. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty
was
sure
amazing.
that's the ultimate thing to frame and put on the wall.
Yeah, he's such a great. He's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah, and Casey, the Riverdale cast seems very, very close. You've
Yes.
gotten to know Mark Consuelos really well.
He's my buddy.
Yeah.
I'm having dinner with him tonight.
So we
actually.
want to know, what does like a dinner with him or like post-work happy hour look like with the cast?
You know, Mark specifically, he's my brother, but he is one of the most gracious hosts of all time. So, and he loves having dinner with people. So we go to he has a really beautiful place in Vancouver. We'll have dinner together. But Cole and I have been known to go grab a cocktail every once in a while. Everyone is really fun. It's such a
I
young
did go.
cast.
I visited for a weekend and got to hang out with all those guys. It's a really amazing group.
It's just a
and-
really fun group.
I'm
Yeah.
sure people are like heads are exploding seeing everyone at a restaurant together. Like, oh my gosh.
It gets a little
can't believe it.
bonkers. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Eva fan wants to know: is Kevin still Team Barchi or Team Varchi? And when will Kevin find his own soulmate? Here we go.
I
Let's
know.
get into
One
it.
of the important
I
questions.
think Kevin is Team Varchi. Well, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning, I don't really know what Kevin is at this point. He's flipping, flopping all over the place.
Yeah.
But Kevin finds love a little bit at the end of season 2 in the finale, so you have to watch.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
All right, Lily's asking if Cory could be a guest star on the show. What kind of character would you want him to play?
Well, hashtag Cory for Riverdale.
Hashtag
First
Cory
of all,
for
start
Riverdale.
there.
Where's that
Let's
going?
start
At
that.
Roberto. Hashtag Cory for Riverdale.
Yeah, I think I would have to be some like what I've pictured when I've thought about this many, many times in my head is like some degenerate older brother of Kevin Keller who's like, or like a lost brother who is given away or something, or like forgotten, but that comes back.
We
into
have
the
to. I mean, it
picture.
has to be some sort of relation.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
I'm a cop in another town or
Or like-
something,
and it
So it's a little
I
nod,
like
but not an
that.
overt.
and I'm investigating.
Well, Riverdale is a town that's so you never know.
You never know.
It's foggy. Everything about it.
Yeah.
So honestly, the whole thing could work. It's not too far off. The two worlds.
it's happening.
It is going. It's definitely going to happen.
I mean, it's already a
For Riverdale.
hashtag.
Let's
so.
talk about this really quickly. Your two worlds kind of collided. Riverdale's recent musical episode. I was at the event for the
Yes,
whole thing.
yes,
too. We
thanks
watched
for
it.
coming.
You guys hosted this great
Wow,
event.
wait, why? Where's
Yeah,
my
that,
invite?
I
Okay,
intentionally left
That's
you
his
out.
fault.
But look, given the success of that, more singing and dancing in Riverdale's future. What do you think?
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Just because it was so well received, or was
I
that
just
always
think
the plan?
it's a little bit of a thing, and then we really dove in, and I just think it's gonna keep happening. And the show creates this kind of alternative, realistic reality that anything is possible. So I think there'll be more singing and dancing for sure.
There should be.
Yeah,
And it's high
and they're
school.
amazing.
It's
And high
dramatic.
school. There's
All right.
a lot
You
of
sing
singing
about
and
your
dancing in
feelings.
high school.
Yeah.
Let's sing and dance. Are you guys ready for amazing stuff? Here we go.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got some boards,
We're gonna
some props.
play a quick rapid fire game, cleverly dubbed the Cott Connection.
Hey.
How
you like
long
that?
you two
Where did you guys
got a
really
license
know
now.
It's
each
crazy.
other?
It's crazy.
Have you heard the Cott Connection, or is that the first time?
No.
Oh.
heard
Andy
that.
Cohen show, the love.
It's kind of like that. All right, here we go. We'll start with this. What is Casey's coffee shop order? What's he love at the coffee? Casey's favorite coffee at the coffee shop.
Yeah, what would he get?
Is it confusing? Is it complicated? Is it a simple grande
Is
blonde?
the Cott Connection?
Or
not
disconnection?
I think Cory.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Are we okay? Iced
Yeah.
coffee. Iced black coffee.
Okay.
Ding, ding,
It's like
ding.
coffee. I was gonna say black. Sorry, I could have wrote that bigger.
It's
Oh, you
okay.
did a good job. Okay, now I guess
Yeah.
you got the little eraser.
Nice job.
Okay, here we go. Next question. You gonna go?
Yeah, I was the last one.
Oh, no.
What is Cory's default binge watching show when he can't decide what to watch?
I got this one.
And 3, 2, reveal.
Yep.
The Office.
The
we were just
Office.
talking about that. Season 3, episode 1, best episode ever. We'll talk about that
Debatable.
afterwards.
Yeah, we'll get into that
What is
later.
Casey's go-to karaoke song? Here's the real one.
Oh, he's not gonna know this, but my entire Riverdale was here.
Riverdale would know.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I just.
A good guess based on what you think, what you feel. It's definitely probably Bandstand.
Lily Reinhardt is watching this. She's tweeting right now.
All right, 3.
This is a
2,
terrible guess.
1.
Oh, that was.
Walking in Memphis.
I sang that at a concert
New York
once.
State.
Oh, that's a good one
Oh,
too. That, oh
good
shoot.
though.
That's kind of in the
Everyone
same
has
vein.
Yeah, great karaoke songs.
Yeah.
New York State of Mind's a good
Okay, so now this one. When you were both bachelors, which brother is more likely to take the risk and go up to a girl?
Oh
Okay.
gosh, I don't want.
Wait, can we just say that one? Yeah. I'm just gonna,
Ding, ding, ding.
Casey.
Do you have like a go-to pickup line? Are you
No.
like someone
Hey,
that
I'm
goes
on
up
Riverdale.
to people when you see them?
I never have done that. What'd you say?
Like, are you like very risky and like go up to?
No, I'm like the awkward guy in the corner that's like, dude, what do I say?
But I think Riverdale changes all that. Let's just
I
leave it
don't
there.
know.
Yeah.
We'll interview again in a year or so. to see how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Your
Yeah.
first ever together interview for us. We
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Guys, you can catch Riverdale every Wednesday night on the CW. Look out for Bandstand when it hits theaters this summer as well. Excited about that.
Yeah, well, let's check in on our question of the day. One last time, the endlessly talented Joanna Gaines shared her family biscuit recipe in this week's issue of People. We asked you guys, what family recipe are you most proud of?
Do you have any recipes? You like biscuits?
Biscuits.
Buffalo
I love
You
chicken
cook
biscuits.
buffalo
Yeah,
chicken wing
I
guy?
made a marinade last night. We made chicken.
There
this
you
weekend.
go.
And a lot of
All
people are saying guacamole too.
Guacamole. We'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow, and people now come back at noon for that. And coming up tomorrow, the cast of the Star series Sweet Bitter stop by to share their food service horror stories and how restaurant boot camp helped them prepare for the show. It's amazing. Plus, Southern Charm star Cameron Eubanks opens up to People Now about her struggle with hyperhidrosis. You don't want to miss that as well.
Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.